Hey guys, Dustin and Teresa here. Today we're going to talk about the bane of every creative person's existence.
Writer's block. That's right, it's a real thing, but it doesn't just happen to writers.
You may not know this about us, but aside from photography and videography, we are actually both writers as well.
That's right, we're both working on our own novels, and I have a background in community journalism as well. Now, I know creative block is supposed to be this big, bad, dirty word that we all pretend doesn't really happen to us, but the truth is it does.
There are so many ways to fight this dreaded villain, and we want to share our favorite methods with you. So, tip number 1, get a sword.
No. Tip number 1 is to get outside.
Can I bring the sword?
No, come on, let's go.
Step outside and get some fresh air. This is Bradley Lake Park. We'd love to come here and walk a lap around the lake.
Yeah, getting outside and immersing yourself in nature whenever possible can really help breathe some new life into that next phase of your project.
But if that doesn't do it for you, tip number 2 is to distract yourself with the mundane.
Nobody hates chores as much as I do, but sometimes immersing yourself in those menial everyday tasks like doing dishes, folding laundry, taking a shower, it sort of lets your mind let go, and every once in a while you'll surprise yourself and inspiration will hit out of nowhere.
Tip number 3 is something a lot of people instinctively do depending on their creative process. If you find yourself struggling to begin a project, try jumping in at the middle or the end.
We actually find this most useful with our pre-production or even in our narrative writing.
But that's not to say you won't find success using this tip in other creative mediums.
All right, now I actually want to go somewhere pretty special for this next tip.
I'm down.
All right, cool, let's go.
Wait, why are we going in opposite directions? That doesn't work.
It doesn't, but it was funny. All right, so here we are at Volcano Coffee in Puyallup, and if you couldn't guess, tip number 4 is to change your environment.
For you, that might mean going to a library or a coffee shop or simply taking your work to another room in your house. Pull yourself out of a rut by physically moving yourself to a new environment.
We personally love bringing our laptops to a coffee shop and having ourselves a working date.
Now, since we aren't done with our coffee yet, let's go ahead and talk about tip number 5. Actively seek inspiration.
You can go to a movie, read a book, scroll through Instagram or Pinterest, you can go to a museum. There are so many ways to find that inspiration.
There's no reason to sit and wait for inspiration to come to you. Immerse yourself in storytelling and art forms of all kinds, and I promise eventually it will help bring out your own creativity.
Oh, you're done already? I haven't finished my coffee. I haven't had any of the scone yet either.
What?
Are we done?
Are you serious? Hurry up. We're done. Finish your coffee. Tip number 6 is to try something new. Altering the elements you use to tell a story will breathe new life into your work.
Whether it's getting new gear, using a different program, or trying a different creative outlet altogether, sometimes changing your tools can kindle new creativity.
Exactly. But that isn't an excuse to just go out and buy a bunch of new gear.
What?
Yep. Everyone loves shiny new gear, but story is still king. Treat yourself to something new, but if you can't afford it, go simple. Shoot with your cell phone instead of your DSLR. Learn how to paint if you're a writer. I personally love getting new journals. Super simple, inexpensive, but it makes me feel like a whole new person.
So there you have it, our 6 favorite tips for fighting creative block.
Number 1, get outside.
Number 2, lose yourself in menial tasks.
Number 3, start in the middle or even at the end.
Number 4, change your environment.
Number 5, actively seek inspiration.
And finally, number 6, try something new. There are so many other options though, and what's important is finding what works for you. Now, you could use story prompts, you could play storytelling games, or even friendly competitions with other creatives.
When all else fails, a little tough love can go a long way. So stop with the self-loathing. We've all been there. Just get creating, start writing, start filming, whatever it is you do. I promise creative blocks don't last forever.
Also, you should still get a sword.
Yeah, I guess a sword doesn't hurt.
Well, anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this, and I hope these tips really help you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below.
Don't be shy, like, share, and subscribe.
See you guys next time.